Many men believe that after 60, energy is something they simply have to let go of, as if vitality belongs to the younger years and aging is nothing but a slow decline. But the truth is, energy doesn't disappear just because the calendar moves forward. What really happens is that circulation slows, nutrient stores are drained, and habits that once didn't matter as much now carry heavier consequences. The body is still capable of producing energy, still capable of strength, still capable of passion. It simply needs the right support to remind it how. Think about how energy once felt in your youth. It wasn't forced. You didn't wake up questioning if you'd have enough stamina for the day. You simply lived it. You had reserves to push harder, work longer, and recover faster. But over time, as stress built up, as processed foods became more common in the diet, as sleep was neglected, and as physical activity slowed, the body's energy systems began to dull. It's not age that steals energy. It's years of small, unnoticed habits that slowly chip away at it. The body is like a finely tuned machine, but without maintenance, even the best machines lose their spark. Circulation is one of the first areas to decline. Without strong blood flow, oxygen and nutrients don't reach the cells as effectively, and when the cells don't receive fuel, they can't produce the energy you rely on. Combine that with declining levels of key minerals and hormones, and suddenly what was once effortless feels like a daily struggle. Men often confuse this with getting old, but it's not aging itself. It's a lack of nourishment and circulation. Energy is still there, waiting to be released, but the pathways need to be reopened. Another overlooked factor is how the digestive system changes over the years. The body becomes less efficient at breaking down and absorbing nutrients, which means even if you eat well, you may not be extracting the energy your food promises. That's why simple strategies like chewing certain foods longer or focusing on nutrient-dense options can make such a difference. It isn't just about what you eat, but how well your body can use it. When absorption improves, energy naturally rises because the body finally gets what it has been craving. And let's not forget the role of stress and rest. High stress depletes reserves faster than almost anything else. Cortisol, the stress hormone, robs your body of energy, weakens sleep quality, and makes recovery nearly impossible. Without deep rest, energy can't be rebuilt. That's why many men over 60 feel trapped in a cycle of fatigue. They're tired all day, but they can't sleep well at night, so the body never restores itself. Yet even this can be reversed. Lowering stress, improving sleep hygiene, and fueling the body with the right nutrients can break that cycle and restore vitality. The most empowering truth is this: energy doesn't vanish, it only hides. And when you start to feed your body properly, when you support circulation, when you manage stress, and when you improve the way you absorb nutrients, that hidden energy comes back. It doesn't matter if you are 60, 70, or 80. The body has an incredible ability to respond, to adapt, and to renew itself when given the chance. So don't let the number on your birthday cake convince you that fatigue is your destiny. With the right approach, energy can be rebuilt, strength can return, and life can feel vibrant again, even well beyond 60. When men reach their 60s and beyond, one of the most noticeable shifts is the loss of steady energy throughout the day. It's not just about feeling tired, it's about the body no longer being able to regulate stamina in the way it once did. And one of the biggest reasons for this is the gradual decline of certain nutrients and compounds that once fueled the system effortlessly. What was abundant in youth begins to diminish, and without replenishment, the body struggles to maintain balance. That is why something as simple as chewing a nutrient-rich natural food for even 60 seconds can spark a dramatic difference. It's not about quick fixes or energy drinks that spike and crash. It's about restoring what the body has quietly been losing for decades. Take circulation, for example. Nitric oxide, a molecule produced in the lining of your blood vessels, is crucial for keeping arteries relaxed and blood flowing freely. Yet production of nitric oxide declines steadily with age, which explains why so many older men feel sluggish, weak, and drained. Without healthy blood flow, cells are starved of oxygen and nutrients, and the whole system slows down. But here's where something simple comes into play. Certain natural foods, when chewed slowly, stimulate the release of nitric oxide and flood the body with compounds that revive circulation. Just 60 seconds of chewing allows enzymes in the saliva to interact with these compounds, unlocking benefits that swallowing too quickly would miss. That's the power of slowing down and letting food work for you instead of rushing through it. Beyond circulation, there's also the matter of mitochondria, those tiny engines in your cells that create energy. As men age, mitochondria become less efficient. They burn fuel poorly, and the result is fatigue. But specific nutrients found in natural, plant-based foods can feed and strengthen these engines. When you chew properly and allow saliva to mix with these compounds, they're broken down into forms the body can use almost instantly. It's like starting the battery of your cells. You begin to feel more alert, more alive, and surprisingly, more confident because energy isn't just physical, it affects your entire outlook. Confidence is deeply tied to energy. When a man feels drained, his posture changes, his mood drops, and even his willingness to engage with others diminishes. But when energy rises, so does confidence. Suddenly, there's a spark in the step, the shoulders straighten, and the mind feels sharper. And this isn't something limited to younger men. It's available at any age when the body is given the right fuel in the right way. Chewing thoughtfully, choosing foods that restore circulation and feed the mitochondria can transform not only stamina but also self-assurance. There's also an overlooked benefit to chewing certain foods longer. It helps regulate blood sugar. Many men over 60 struggle with fluctuations that leave them exhausted after meals or craving sweets later in the day. By engaging with food more intentionally, allowing the enzymes in the mouth to begin the digestive process, the body handles sugars more smoothly. That means fewer crashes, more stable energy, and a steadier mood. Stability in energy creates stability in confidence, because nothing undermines a man's self-assurance more than unpredictability in his body. The lesson here is simple but profound. Lasting energy and confidence don't come from complicated routines or expensive supplements. They come from respecting how the body works and giving it what it has been asking for all along. Slow down, chew with purpose, choose foods that enhance circulation and cellular energy, and watch as the body responds in ways that may surprise you. Because sometimes the difference between fatigue and vitality, between hesitation and confidence, is as simple as what you choose to chew and how you choose to do it. When we look at the foods available to us, it's easy to think they are all the same, just calories and flavor. But nature hides powerful compounds in certain foods that can completely change the way your body feels and functions, especially for men over 60. The beauty is, you don't need a prescription or a complicated formula to tap into these benefits. All it takes is choosing the right foods and chewing them in a way that allows those natural compounds to be released. You see, when you chew, enzymes in your saliva begin unlocking hidden nutrients, and some of these are the very ones that target energy, circulation, and performance. One of the most remarkable of these compounds is nitric oxide precursors, found in leafy greens, beets, and certain herbs. These substances don't just sit in the food waiting to be absorbed. They are transformed in your mouth as you chew. This is why chewing becomes so powerful. The act of breaking down the food allows these compounds to activate sooner, so they can get into your bloodstream more quickly. Once inside, they help widen blood vessels, increase oxygen delivery, and support stamina that feels almost youthful again. Imagine what that means for someone who's been struggling with fatigue for years. A small change in how you eat can light a fire inside your body. But it doesn't stop there. Antioxidants in natural foods play an equally important role. With age, the body's cells are constantly bombarded by oxidative stress, which weakens muscles, lowers endurance, and leaves you feeling older than you are. Foods rich in antioxidants, berries, nuts, seeds, and even dark, colored vegetables provide a shield against this daily wear and tear. Chewing these foods thoroughly helps release polyphenols and flavonoids that protect your blood vessels and energize your muscles. This isn't just about preventing disease. It's about maintaining vitality and strength so that you can live with confidence every single day. Minerals are another hidden treasure in food. Magnesium, zinc, and potassium are crucial for nerve function, muscle contraction, and hormonal balance. Many men over 60 are unknowingly deficient in these, which is why energy drops and confidence wanes. But when you chew mineral-rich foods like pumpkin seeds, leafy greens, or even simple legumes, you allow your saliva and digestive system to absorb those minerals more efficiently. These minerals don't just build muscles, they balance hormones and support the very chemistry of confidence. Without them, energy is unstable. With them, the body feels balanced and strong. It's fascinating how such simple compounds can influence something as powerful as how a man feels about himself. Think of it this way: circulation supported by nitric oxide gives you strength, antioxidants fight off fatigue, and minerals stabilize your body's internal rhythm. Each one works together almost like an orchestra to create harmony inside the body. When all the instruments play together, the music of energy and confidence returns. And the gateway to unlocking this harmony is not swallowing pills or chasing quick fixes. It's found in natural foods, chewed and appreciated for the healing power they contain. What this shows us is that energy is not gone just because age has advanced. It is waiting to be unlocked by the very foods that nature has provided. Chew them slowly, let the compounds do their work, and you'll discover that vitality and confidence are not just for the young. They are available for every man willing to give his body what it truly needs, because in the end, the foods you choose and how you chew them can become the bridge between decline and renewed strength. Confidence is often spoken of as though it's just a mindset, something you decide to have or not have. But true confidence, the kind that radiates and makes a man feel grounded in himself, is not only mental. It is rooted in chemistry, in the very balance of the body. Without the right internal support, confidence falters no matter how much one tries to think positively. When the body is lacking, the mind follows. But when the body is strong, fueled, and balanced, confidence flows naturally without forcing it. Think about testosterone, for instance. It is often referred to as the hormone of vitality, strength, and drive. Over the years, levels of this hormone can decline, sometimes gradually, sometimes more dramatically. When that happens, energy wanes, motivation shrinks, and a man can feel a shadow of who he used to be. But testosterone doesn't work in isolation. It is influenced by nutrients, minerals, circulation, and lifestyle habits. When you restore those factors through natural foods and the act of chewing them to release their power, you create an environment where this vital hormone can stabilize. And when it does, the shift is noticeable. Energy rises, muscles respond better, mood lifts, and with it comes a deeper sense of self-assurance. Equally important is nitric oxide. This tiny molecule may not seem like much, but it plays a huge role in confidence because it directly affects blood flow. When circulation is poor, not only does energy plummet, but the ability to perform in daily life, physically, mentally, and emotionally, declines as well. Restoring nitric oxide levels through foods and chewing allows blood to move more freely, nourishing tissues and awakening areas of the body that had grown sluggish. That physical renewal sends a signal to the brain: you are alive, strong, capable, and the brain responds with confidence. Minerals like zinc and magnesium are also deeply tied to this process. Zinc supports hormonal balance and immune strength, while magnesium calms the nervous system and enhances muscle recovery. Together, they anchor the body so it feels steady and resilient. Without them, a man might feel restless, irritable, or easily fatigued. With them, he feels grounded, focused, and clear. These aren't just nutrients, they are the building blocks of confidence. They ensure that when you wake in the morning, your body supports the strength your mind wants to project. Confidence is also tied to how consistently energy flows through the day. Crashes, fatigue, and dips in mood chip away at self-assurance. But when energy remains steady because the right foods have been chosen, chewed, and absorbed properly, the body carries itself differently. Shoulders straighten, steps become lighter, and the voice has more presence. This isn't imagined, it is the chemistry of the body translating into the language of confidence. And so, while the world may tell you that confidence is something you must build only in your mind, the truth is that it begins much deeper. It begins in the foods you chew, the nutrients they provide, the hormones they balance, and the circulation they restore. The man who nourishes his body with these simple yet powerful tools doesn't need to chase confidence. It emerges naturally as the reflection of inner balance and strength. Because in the end, confidence is not something you pretend to have. It is something your body creates when it is strong, nourished, and alive. When we talk about restoring energy and confidence in men over 60, it's easy to focus only on one action or one food, but the truth is that lasting transformation happens when you create an environment where the body thrives. That's where lifestyle choices come in. Chewing the right foods for 60 seconds can unlock powerful nutrients, but the effect is multiplied when you combine it with other habits that support circulation, hormone balance, and recovery. Think of it as giving your body not just a spark, but the fuel and oxygen it needs to keep the fire burning strong. Exercise is the first amplifier. Many men shy away from it as they get older, fearing injury or thinking their time has passed. But exercise doesn't need to be extreme, it just needs to be consistent. Simple movements, brisk walking, resistance bands, light weights, or even bodyweight exercises stimulate muscle, improve blood flow, and remind the body that it's still capable of strength. When you chew nutrient-rich foods that feed your cells and then move those muscles, the benefits double. Nutrients get delivered faster, circulation improves, and testosterone is naturally supported. This combination can make a man feel years younger in a matter of weeks. Sleep is another amplifier that is often overlooked. You cannot rebuild energy and confidence if your body isn't given the time to restore itself. During deep sleep, hormones reset, muscles repair, and the brain clears toxins. Yet many men in their 60s struggle with poor sleep and then wonder why fatigue lingers. When you add the right foods into your diet, particularly those rich in magnesium and calming compounds, sleep becomes deeper and more restorative. Chewing these foods thoughtfully helps your body absorb them better, setting the stage for a night where true healing can take place. And after a night of proper rest, energy and confidence naturally rise with the morning sun. Hydration is another key. As the years pass, the body often loses its sense of thirst and dehydration becomes common. This alone can drain energy, stiffen joints, and cloud the mind. When you pair proper hydration with the foods you chew for 60 seconds each day, the nutrients travel more effectively through the bloodstream, reaching every cell that needs them. Think of water as the river that carries the benefits of your diet to every corner of your body. Without it, even the best foods can't work as effectively as they should. Stress management also plays a major role. Constant stress drains testosterone, elevates cortisol, and weakens the very systems that keep a man feeling alive. That's why practices like deep breathing, meditation, prayer, or even simply spending quiet time outdoors are so powerful. They lower cortisol, ease the nervous system, and allow your body to make better use of the compounds you chew and absorb from food. Chewing itself can even become a mindful act, a moment of calm in a busy day, helping your body digest better and benefit more deeply. When you bring these amplifiers together, movement, sleep, hydration, and stress control, the 60 seconds you spend chewing the right foods each day doesn't just create a temporary lift. It builds momentum, energy compounds upon itself, circulation grows stronger, hormones rebalance, and confidence begins to glow from within. It's not a single choice, it's the harmony of many small choices working together. Because, in the end, chewing for 60 seconds is the spark, but lifestyle is the wind that fans that spark into a flame of lasting strength and vitality. So often men believe that once they reach 60 or 70, the best years of their strength, vitality, and confidence are behind them. They resign themselves to slowing down, to feeling weaker, to thinking that age automatically means decline. But that is not the truth. The body is an extraordinary creation, and it never forgets how to be strong, how to be energized, and how to feel alive. What it needs is the right signal, the right nourishment, and the right encouragement to awaken what has always been there. And the beauty of it is that this renewal can begin with something as simple as chewing the right foods with intention. There is a message of hope in this. You are not too old to feel powerful again. You are not past the point of change. Science and experience both show that even in the later decades of life, the body has an incredible ability to adapt. Muscles can grow stronger, circulation can improve, hormones can rebalance, and confidence can return. It doesn't matter if you've spent years feeling tired or discouraged. Every new choice you make, every minute you spend caring for your body, is a chance to rewrite your future. Imagine a man who has carried the weight of low energy for years, who has stopped doing the things he once loved because he no longer feels capable. Then he begins to chew nutrient-rich foods daily to give his body what it has been missing. At first, the changes are subtle: an easier morning, a steadier mood, a bit more stamina. But over weeks and months, something deeper happens. His circulation improves, his muscles respond, his mind grows sharper, and with that comes a renewed sense of confidence. This is not a fantasy, it is the body remembering how to function at its best. Hope also means recognizing that change doesn't have to be complicated. The modern world often tells men they need endless supplements, complicated regimens, or expensive treatments to feel better. But often, the most powerful changes come from the simplest actions. Chewing slowly, choosing foods that feed the bloodstream and the muscles, allowing saliva to unlock nutrients. These are timeless, natural habits that cost nothing extra yet deliver everything body needs to heal and thrive. Hope lies in knowing that your future health is not dependent on something out of reach, but on choices you can make right now, today. There is also an emotional side to this hope. When a man begins to feel stronger physically, something changes in how he sees himself. Shoulders lift, eyes brighten, and his presence becomes more commanding. Relationships improve, passion reignites, and life begins to feel full again. Confidence is not just about the body. It is about how you carry yourself into the world. And when your body supports you, your confidence flows effortlessly. The sense of defeat that may have weighed heavily begins to lift, replaced by a quiet but unshakable strength. The truth is, life after 60 can be one of the most vibrant, fulfilling, and confident chapters of all. Age does not mean the end of vitality. It means the opportunity to live with greater wisdom, with deeper appreciation, and with a renewed determination to care for yourself in ways you may have overlooked before. Chewing for 60 seconds is not just a physical act, it is a symbol of reclaiming control over your health, a declaration that your story is not finished. Because the body never forgets how to be strong, and with the right choices, every man has the chance to feel alive, energized, and confident again, no matter his age.